Okay, so this is really weird. I just I just need to get this out of my system. I've been trying to get uh, nvidia uh, Tensor TRT or Tensor RT to work on this new uh, 3090 RTX that I spent over $3,000 on, and over a month just I even waited in line in Best Buy for a couple of hours and missed my chance there, or just didn't get it there. And like what Jensen sold us and what we actually got is I don't know. I mean, it's a nice card for gaming. It's a nice video card. Like as you can see, things are really smooth, even on Linux. So I was a long time Windows user. Then 10 years ago, moved over to Mac and got into AI. And so I like everyone was using Debian and Ubuntu, and I wanted a production system, so I installed Debian. And I was using Buster for the longest while, and it worked really well. And updated to Bullseye, which also I really liked. And then installed the RTX 3090 and had just right off the bat like video card issues, the driver issues, like and if you want to do like AI with the NVIDIA card, there's like 1,021,452 plus 79,005 million, and there's so many drivers, so many different dependencies, and you've got to control it all yourself. And from what I've seen, anyone who talks to NVIDIA, they just don't respond. Their response is, "Oh, what we do is hard, and hey, it's complex and stuff," which is nonsense considering the fact that if you look at Linux, these guys are paid nothing. They're not paid anything. They have loads of dependencies. They've got loads of little packages coming through all the time. Hardly any conflicts. Things work, right? So how is it that the guys that are doing things for free are making an entire operating system, multiple versions, that is stable, working with things like time shift and backup, working fantastic, smooth with wobbly windows. Look at this, wobbly windows and translucency and live background, right? For free, right? With all these dependencies they manage. And yet, NVIDIA that makes GPUs and cards for gamers and has had one of the nicest package managers for game GPUs on Windows for the longest while suddenly is struggling with driver management. I mean, it's insane. And you would think like, oh, it's because you're on Linux. No. Even when I did it on Windows, it was a nightmare. Doing AI coding with NVIDIA is a nightmare. I really hope someone comes with a better solution. I don't care at all if it's Apple, AMD, Intel, a Chinese company. I don't care. I am so sick of dealing with this NVIDIA crap, right? There is a big problem, and I'll show you, right? I'm sorry it's a janky solution, but here I am trying to get stuff to work. It's Linux. My fancy recording system isn't working. I got this like cheap Razer headset just to get things going again, which I have to say, the Black Sharks, super comfortable. Wear them all day long, and I don't even play music on them. They're just comfortable. They're like earmuffs. It's the weirdest thing ever. Don't hurt your ears in the least. Highly recommend the Black Sharks, the new ones. Um, so over here, I'll show you the issue, right? So I got it to a point that I wanted to get that I wanted to get TRT working, and so look at all of this random stuff I'm doing. I even tried conda install dash C, conda dash forge, tensor RT. I tried everything to get this installed properly. Nothing is working. I mean, I can pull up my window. I'll show you exactly how janky like NVIDIA is. Look, Anaconda. Look how smooth this is. So beautiful. Free. Free. Okay? I didn't pay these guys a cent. No one pays them. This is the quality that free gets you. Alright? Now compare, I paid $2,000 to NVIDIA. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. So here you go. This is convert my TensorFlow model to TRT inference model. I got a language model. It's fairly sophisticated, and I'm just trying to squeeze everything I can, right? Just having some fun here. Except it stopped being fun as soon as I started working with NVIDIA's trashy, hot trash. Look at that. TensorFlow linked version 000, version 000. Hot trash doesn't work, right? Can't pull up anything, right? Not linked with TensorRT. This is despite getting the right version of Python, multiple versions of Python, multiple versions of TensorFlow, upgrading my software from 1.5, TensorFlow 1.5 to 2.56, whatever, um, which I did despite everyone in the community saying that's a bad move to do because NVIDIA is making trash drivers. And now I see why. The reason why people are still using TensorFlow 1.5 is because they're scared of NVIDIA. They're scared of these trash drivers. They're scared of the version control because there is none. It's insane. I mean, it's just trash. And like this is the result I'm getting. And so it's all like, okay, you got to debug every single step of the way. And I mean, this is democratizing AI, like this trashy system. I mean, I paid good amount of money for this, $2,500 for a graphics card. I was expecting somewhat of a premium experience. Like, I just feel like I got this trashy Chinese junk, and I'm trying to get it to work. Like, I'm like iterating every option of everything, right? And you're thinking, hey, how could it be that, it can't be that hard, you know what I mean? Like, look, oh, there's like NVIDIA on demand. Look, they made a video with Google and it talked about how easy it was. And, oh, look how easy it is. And this is how it works. And bait and switch, bait and switch. It's all trash. None of this works. I can't get any of it to work, right? What's the point of all of this, right? You gotta get your card working, which means you gotta get your video card working, right? So I lost my stable install of Bullseye because I couldn't get my card working, and by mistake I upgraded to Bookworm, so I had the testing version, which I was okay with. Definitely didn't work over there. Then I had to upgrade to the experimental version. So now I'm on SIT. So Bookworm SIT, unstable version of Debian, just to try to get the card driver to work. Yeah, I'm feeling the democratization here. Thanks so much, Jensen. Like, great job, really fantastic. Wow, what a great team. Like, perfect, brilliant. You know, I mean, just look, for free. People working for free put a whole operating system together, and this is the trash that I get. So you try to get this installed. I will show you what you're going to be up against, right? This, a wall, a wall of numbers and alphabets and this and that and stuff you click on and nothing happens. It takes you somewhere else on the page and you wonder why. No explanations in the tiniest freaking handwriting. Not handwriting, form. It's just ugliest green, like vomit. Like Jensen vomited in a bucket and said, "Here, use this." It's ugly. You made graphics cards for graphics that are supposed to be pretty, and this is the ugliest. I mean, it's so fugly. You're coming on here, random trash, just quality over quantity, as far as the eye can see. And it shows in the cards. You've heard the issues. It's so true. The back of my card, it's a hot plate. It's definitely 90 degrees. I could fry an egg on that, right? Can't crack it open because of warranty reasons. Can't water cool it. What? What am I supposed to do with, like, what? Right? I mean, yeah, it's janky. It's just janky as crap, and that's how the software is. Look at this. You know, they think they're being super impressive. See, we gave you all this information. It's not impressive. Like previous release, who cares? I don't give a crap. Why would I care about any of this information? What is this crap? I don't care. I just want it to work. How hard is that to understand? I just want it to work. I don't care about the versions, right? Here, Anaconda, boom, opens up. TensorFlow, boom, boom, boom. Environment, choose what you want to install, what you don't want to install. Change versions, blah, blah, blah. Easy. Look at that. Free. I paid nothing for this. Version controlling in a GUI, right? And I use like virtual environments as well. In addition to Anaconda for my production stuff, I use Anaconda mostly for Jupyter notebooks. Free, so easy to do. Let's go to NVIDIA X server settings. What you get, a miracle if you get this installed even with NVIDIA SMI and everything. Hot trash doesn't tell you CUDA, right? You know, the only useful thing is getting G-Sync working and maybe a couple of other things. Most of it, just garbage. A whole lot of information you don't need or care about, right? Where else NVIDIA got installed? Visual Profiler. Awesome. What does it do? I don't know. What is this trash? Doesn't even open up. Never opened up, right? I mean, this is the quality we're getting. I mean, it's insane. N-side compute, quick launch, optimize your code once it's running. It's not running. So great, fantastic. Talk about putting the cart in front of the horse. I don't need this. I don't care about this, right? Give this to me next year. Just get my code running. I mean, unbelievable, right? And by the way, my code is running. I just can't optimize. I can't get Tensor or TRT working. So all of this other stuff is junk, right? They can't get the basics right, right? So they're building this entire house on sand, right? I mean, everyone is complaining. Doesn't matter what operating system. Everyone hates this, right? You got CUDA, you got CUDNN, you got PyCUDA, you got this, you got that, you got. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's alphabet soup, and you're just like, why? How do they not manage it themselves? Why do I have to install it and manage it myself? Like, if people want to do that, great. Give people, most people just want a click. I want this version of CUDA, and whatever CUDNN works, I don't care. Install everything else, right? Why do I have to drag and drop? Why do I have to go and do a deb package? Why do I have to do a sudo app? Like a million different things, right? It's just insane. It's absolutely insane. And then it's like, oh, the TensorFlow is wrong. You got to back Python this way, this that way, that this way. You know what I mean? Oh, package manager is hard. Yeah, again, look at this. Free. You're paying your developers, and they're producing hot trash. This is free. Packet management, lots of potential conflicts. How are they doing it? For free. Okay? Yeah, someone's taking you for a ride, Jensen. Get out of your kitchen, walk around the house, you know? Try to actually install some of the stuff yourself, right? Yeah. Don't take these impressive looking graphs that people are giving you that's mostly just trash. Try to install this stuff. Look at this. I finally get to TensorRT. You think, oh, normally you think get the latest version, backward compatible, everything, safe as bet. Uh, don't do it. Don't do it. You know? So you're like, oh, I'll be safe. I'll get the second to latest. That sort of stable. Yeah. Nope. You read through everything and you just don't know what's going to work with what. It's trial and error. You don't know. They don't have a nice graph centered somewhere to help you. They don't even have that. Even that would be ridiculous. They don't even have that, right? You gotta figure it out as you go along, or you need to spend 3 weeks reading everything to figure out what version goes with what. Literally 3 weeks of reading, making notes before you even install the first thing, right? This is how trash, absolutely trash, the drivers are, right? I did all nighters getting stuff to work, and it's still not working. Okay, all right. So you think, okay, quick start guide, support me. Like, what is all this trash, right? And like, why isn't that convenient? Sure, I'll install this. Don't even have that. Don't even have that. Can't even be like, click, okay, no. All of this trash. All of this trash. Like, graph surgeon, ABI. Like, why does all of these, why do they all have the same thing? All the way back to like version 5, 4, 3, kindergarten, Jensen, oh my god, when you were 6 years old, you want to race. Well done. I don't care. No one cares, man. I mean, what is this trash? Who designed this? No one. Look at this. Look at the boxes all over the like, what's going on? This is trash. Hard trash. Quick start guide. That'll help me. Oh, you naive little kid. It'll open up a brand new window. Click on abstract. Yeah, it takes you to where you already are. Yeah, nothing is helpful. Nothing. Nothing is helpful. Their website is trash. You'll find a lot more help just Googling it. Go to Google. Google will tell you how to install NVIDIA's trash. Which, by the way, they're supposed to be collaborating together. It's the weirdest collaboration I've ever seen. They're pointing fingers at each other. NVIDIA is pointing fingers at Google. Oh, they haven't implemented it into TensorFlow yet. And you say, well, yeah, look how janky this crap is. Why the hell would Google do that? Would that insane? Who's insane to include NVIDIA's hot trash, janky collection of like J-rate pieces of crap, right? Trying to confuse you with millions of trash because they can't make one good system. They're like, oh look, we're so smart. We'll make a million different things. Nothing works, right? Everything is half working, to be polite. And then like with shots like this, it's just like are you trying to explain to your grandma? Like really hey grandma, let me explain to you how neural networks work. What is this trash? A plan. Serialize the disk. A neural network. Sticks. Batch size precision. What is this trash? Oh my god. And then you click on it. Oh, like, okay. About this task. Debian installation. It takes me to where I am. Why is it clickable? You click look at this trash. Look. Think, hey, look, they're helpful. Look, they're giving you all this information. No, no. You should see something similar to the following. I mean, when I saw this, I almost died. I was like, you can't even tell me what I'm going to see. All this trash, all this random, like, just gobbledygook shit, right? And I put this in, and you should see something like this, right? And I don't. I only see a few things. I don't see most of it because, like I showed you, it's just not installed. Missing dependencies. I've hit like a brick wall. End of the road. Install everything, all the versions, tried everything. Bam. These 5 packages don't exist, never have existed. They're referred to somewhere by some other package. So I don't know. Literally, Linux is saying, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Don't know what to say to you, buddy. It's just, they don't exist, never have. Right? And you're like, here, fine. Like, just, use NVIDIA's packet manager, right? Surely they have source code available, right? They'll have it in sources, lists, and something, No, they don't even bother to do that. Like, screw you. Download and shit. Windows style, download and click. Back in the 90s, oh, I'm so excited. I can download and click. Wow. Who would want automatic management? Who would want Windows where I can choose my versions and things would gray out? You know what I mean? You can do that. I've done that, right? You pay these people how much money to do this trash, right? All you need is a window with all your different versions. What version of CUDA do you want? Bam, I want that one. No, you can't have it. You don't have the right version of TensorFlow. Go install that first. Oh, wow, that was helpful. Okay, how do I do that? Click install it for you. Great. Okay, I can install CUDA 11.2, 11.1, 11.4. Bam. CUDNN. Which version do you want? Recommended version is this. Click and install. What's so hard about that? Like, what is going on, right? Your target market should be Debian, right? You're trying to democratize, which means Linux, right? Then you're trying to democratize production and something serious. So your target audience should be people who are trying to do production. So take their experiments straight into production, right? And look at the quality of Debian nowadays. It's insane, right? So what sort of serious engineer is going to choose Ubuntu, right? I mean, just think about what that says about them, right? Oh yeah, I want to work on AI. I'm going to use Ubuntu. Why? Because my code is never going to make it. I don't want to do production. You know what I mean? It's weird to me, right? And then like, oh, I'll use Ubuntu for production. Why? Just use Debian. It's it's better, right? Like, you use Ubuntu for games, and you know what I mean. It just so yeah. I don't understand any of Jensen's logic. I don't think he's doing any thinking, honestly. I think he just likes his leather jacket and he takes stuff out of the kitchen. I can imagine he's there like every day. His wife is like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just taking stuff out." "Have you seen this? It's an empty tray." "Have you seen this? It's cookies." His wife is like, "Dude, just stop, please. Just X. you know, where can I cancel? Like, just make it stop, you know? And that's the same with this trash. Just make it stop. Make all of this, the ugliness, the tiny fonts, like all of this gobbledygook, the ugliest, everything is so ugly. Everything is so ugly. Everything about this is ugly and awful and trashy and garbage, and none of it works. None of it just, it's impossible, right? And I'm getting the same performance as I would have out of a vanilla card upgrade. And I'm just excited because I figured out, like, if I put this video down here, I don't have to record it. I can record the screen record and it works. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can just do that. So I mean, I'm having more fun trashing NVIDIA after spending over a week trying to get this any optimizations, right? And so every now and then you'll see like these NGC website. You're like, what is that? What, what, like, essentially what they're saying is they have no confidence in their drivers. Their drivers are trash. They don't know what works with what. So we figure that if we made our own environment and install our own drivers and got it to work, we'll just package that in a container, a Docker container, and you can download it or pull it. And we sound smart because we're saying just pull it, and it's all this hot trash. Now again, I was at TRT, TensorFlow RT. That's what I was trying to do, right? I clicked on the website trying to. Okay, here I am in Explore Catalog. I don't want to explore the catalog. I want to get RT working. What is this trash? How is this going to help me? Right? Like, what is this trash? And this is the entire experience. I kid you not. The entire experience is like, what am I am I? And you initially think like, is it me? Am I like? And then you realize it just they don't care. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if his engineers are tortured. Like, if you are your software engineers tortured? Is everyone like just stressed out? Is that why they're putting like hot plates on the back of the graphics cards? Because they're like, worst comes to worst, we'll just start cooking food there. You know, I mean, and then you go to containers. I gotta click on containers, right? You're like resources. What are resources? It's more trash. What is what? I don't care. No one cares about this. You know, models. What models? I don't like no context, nothing. Models. Boom. Okay. In your videos, it's so random. It's just arbitrary information. Like here in private, as an NVIDIA developer, you get exclusive 20 minutes talking it through RT, which is never going to work. You're never going to do it. I mean, just put it on YouTube. No one cares. I swear to God, no one cares. Why is it behind like a login wall? I mean, like, yeah, we're democratizing it. That's why we're putting it behind a log. Like, what? I think it's so trash. The entire experience is just hot trash. You come to containers, like a million, even the containers. We'll simplify this for you with containers, which is a terrible solution. What is it? It says we don't trust our software is so delicate and unreliable. The only way we can give it to you is to put it inside its own operating system and give it to you, and hopefully you won't change anything. Because think about it, you just change one thing within the container and it's going to break, right? If they can't even reliably get robust drivers working on an operating system, right? I mean, it's not the operating system's fault. It's your fault, Jensen. You're being a lazy git, right? That's why I got a hot plate in my system. I got to get 2 extra Noctuas, right? Because I'm scared when I go to sleep that I'll wake up to a fire. That's how hot it is in the backplate. I'm not joking. I even got it on an extension, and I'm worried. Like I'm just cannot tell you how weird it is that I spend premium prices on hot trash. It's just for the same price, I could get brand new MacBook. A little bit more, I could get a Max. I mean, 64 gigs of shared memory. I could use that I'm thinking about it seriously, right? I mean, it was something I was thinking, like, why not just use a laptop as a server, right? I would have much less complications. I'd miss Linux honestly, but I mean, if I can get it working, like maybe it's a little slower than Nvidia, but I mean, imagine the time I'd save, right? I could buy another laptop, get more capacity, move on, start pitching, start building the project into something instead of whatever this is that I'm doing. Lamps, chroma, like what is this trash? Folding, OmniSci. Yeah, I know you're gonna say, hey, you doofus, you need to look for what you want. Okay, TensorFlow. I know that's not the right one. I know there's something else below. But think about it from the user's point of view. You're coming over here, right? It's not even the first line. It's not even first. There's nothing. No context, nothing. They see TensorFlow, they're gonna be like, that's probably the one I want, right? Why are you torturing people? That's not what they want, right? You scroll down and you go, oh, TensorRT. Oh my god. I clicked in the TensorRT page, and this is how I have to find TensorRT container. Like it's just hot trash. The entire system is hot trash. This is how, like, I kid you not, this is how the entire experience is like. It's not like, oh, it's a bad website because they're making good. No, everything is trash. I don't know who is in charge. I don't know who the management team is. I don't know what. All I can say is it makes a lot of sense now why I've got a hot plate in my GPU slot. Okay, I need to start cooking on that thing. But yeah, I mean, and at this stage, after everything I've been through, right? CUDA, CUDNN, by CUDA, this, that. I mean, there's so much stuff I'm missing. I know. I'm like, my brain wants to forget. 1 week of doing absolutely no development on my server, no development on my model, pushed my server from stable Debian to full on experimental Debian just to get this working. Like, I'm gonna need to install a new version with stable and then get my server back on that, right? And it's still not working. And I'm staring at the container, TensorRT, just thinking like this is your trash solution. Like you're gonna try to sell me, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're gonna piss on me and tell me it's rain, right? I know that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna say, hey, it's a great solution. It's one. No, don't do that, Jensen. Own up. This is trash. This is garbage. Like, have some pride, right? You seem to want to be like, the cool guy of graphics cards. You want to, like, I baked this in my oven, right? Take pride then. I mean, otherwise it just comes across as lame. I mean, this isn't game. This is lame. This is absolute trash. Hot trash. And everyone can see it, right? No one's fooled. No one's sitting over there buying your BS. This is trash. Absolute trash. Your solution is a Docker container? No. If I'm spending premium prices, if you want me not to wait for John G to start creating magic at Apple, right? If you want me to not pray for AMD to start kicking your ass the way they kicked Intel's with Ryzen and have the Ryzen version of GPUs and Tensor cores, right? Which it's just trashy cores from the 80s. Who are you trying to fool, right? Don't repackage them. Yeah, it's cool. You guys figured it out. Other people figured it out, right? It's just the trashy cores from the 80s that you repackaged. Tensor cores. It's low precision cores. Well done. You can't even get the software to work. This is retarded. It's ridiculous. And I'm staring over here thinking, do I even want to click on it? Like, I don't know. How much time do I want to pour into this? Like, that's honestly what I'm thinking, right? How much time am I going to pour into it? Because after everything I've been through, I don't even know if this is what I want, even though it says NVIDIA Tensor RT. I'm just thinking, what if someone from your production team got here earlier and what they did was somehow vaguely related to Tensor RT and they made a container. They got there first. This is their container. And then someone else was working on the actual container, which again, I think is a dumb idea. It is super dumb. Like, I think containers for production is retarded. Build it on your operating system, make an image, install that image. One step process, right? I just don't get where this whole idea of a two-step process is better. Yeah, first install the operating system, then install the container. Why? Just do it in one go, right? I just don't understand what's happening. Maybe there's some magic I'm not getting. It just seems like we're being asked to swallow a lot of trash, you know? Tensority, I mean, and then the guy who actually made it out to government, the way that everything is managed over here, it's just like, okay, you come up with another name that's somehow related to tensority, but not tensority, you know? And then there's a million options with no indication of anything, no help guide, no videos. Like, this is like the opposite of democratization. I mean, this is just hot trash. I don't know. I guess maybe Jensen, you come here and you browse through and you think, wow, I'm producing such good work. I'm not a scientist, but I feel like it's trash. It's really trash. It's awful. I mean, it is just, oh my god. Oh, just burn it down to the ground and start from scratch. Everything. Like the teeny tiny fonts. Why? This super ugly green, like vomit green. Why? Green and white. Great. It's 1998. We finally have color on our monitor. Why? You make high end graphics cards. Like, assume that the people on your website are going to be having your beautiful graphics cards or are going to be wanting to see some of that beauty. What are they going to get from your graphics card? I mean, you come here and you're just like, ugh, I don't think this person knows anything about like design or graphics or it's all trash. It's ugly, right? And yeah, so at this stage, I'm just not sure whether I need to install this or not, or what to do. And I just I'm so frustrated right now. I mean, it should be up to me how I want these drivers to be installed, how I want them to work. So instead of this being a premium experience where I get to choose how to install it, which way to install it, and however I choose, things just work smooth, solid, seamless. It's like the opposite. I can choose one by one all of the ways in which it's going to break down and not work. Like literally, it's like a jalopy, right? It's like you walk up and they're like, "Would you like to enter from the right?" Yeah, thank you. Oh, boom, door fell off. Nope, that's not. No, could you enter from the left? Okay, boom, that's also not working. Okay, could you call in through the trunk? What? Okay, boom, that's also broken. Oh my god. Okay, like we've now got a horse in front called Docker that's like dragging this broken down car. Do you want to jump onto the horse? Right? That's literally what it feels like, right? I'm just like, why can't you just get this working? If people can do it for free and make such an impressive product like Debian, Ubuntu, Pop! OS, Garuda, like there's so much impressive free stuff out there. For you to charge so much for your graphics cards and then come up with such hot trash is, oh my god, unbelievable. I mean, I am a fan of your cards and I love the Windows, like what became really premium experience, the nvidia packet manager for the drivers, always pushing it through, and I loved it. It was great. And so I'm just shocked. This is not at all what I was expecting. I mean, I had read all the warnings and reviews and I thought people were being a little hysterical, a little over the top. They weren't really getting it, whatever. But I mean, this is by far the worst packet management experience I have ever had in my entire life. I want to say it brings me back to the 90s. It is even worse than that. I mean, it is super worse. Because honestly speaking, in the 90s, after one, maybe 2 days of really going nuts and trying to install this tiny miss package on the Windows, or, trying to get one path in or something, you could get the card working, and then you just have to remember that one little trick that was missing in the driver, right? I've been doing this for a week. For 1 week, maybe I'm a moron, maybe I'm really dumb. I got everything else that I wanted to work, I got it working. Everything else is working except for your stupid CUDA cores and FP16 and int 8 and the other optimizations beyond that. I mean, this is your first line of optimizations and I can't even access it. I mean, this is completely unacceptable. I just, and then right at the end of all of that hot trash, vaguely you send me, it's almost like you yourself are embarrassed. You're like, "Oh, here good Dockers." Mm, you know, hopefully this makes the problem go away. Like, I thought we're in Silicon Valley. I thought you had access to all these great engineers and software engineers and what is this trash? I mean, I'm in Silicon Valley myself, and yeah, it's getting kind of trashy, and I'm seeing that. Like quality is really really trash. I mean, I think you just need someone to come in and crack a whip and get some organization over here. And if you really want to be known as someone that really took AI to the next level, if you want to be dominating in the AI field, if you want to compete with John G now at Apple, and even Google, even the Googlers who we're collaborating with in their videos are now posting that, yeah, I mean, your stuff is trash and they're not using it, they're not incorporating it. They're taking their time because it's trash, it doesn't work. Everything is glitchy and janky and jerry-rigged, and it's you're better off just doing it nice and methodical and just going down the road with TensorFlow and what they're doing. So I mean, yeah, it's just like the weirdest collaboration where you guys are just pointing fingers at each other, and it's like Nvidia just keeps on churning out new garbage, none of which works. Nothing works. A whole lot of garbage, none of which works. And Googlers, yeah, famous for just not communicating with anyone, not outside, not each other, not themselves even probably. So no communication, just silence, right? So it just seems like you're producing all this trash. The Googlers are being super passive aggressive and not telling you it's trash, right? Because that Googlers don't communicate. You know, Mm, mm. I mean, so yeah. Um, I guess I've had my fill. So please, Jensen, I paid for this. I paid good money. Clean this crap up. Um, you know, if you don't, I'm just gonna return the card, get an AMD, get something from Apple, try to make that work. And maybe it's just me. I really think a lot of people, if not everyone, is gonna go in that direction because this, for premium prices that you're charging, this is unacceptable. This is trash. Just trash. Why would anyone buy a high-end $50,000 server system if this is the trash that's in it? Just put two and two together, right? Why right now it's a bit of a vacuum. You might be able to get away with it, but in the back of everyone's minds, that's what they're thinking. As soon as something else comes that's intuitive, nice, and seamless, like screw this, like screw this, seriously. Like oh my god, wow. So anyway, uh, if you're thinking about you know jumping onto the ship and trying out Nvidia cards, then just either immediately try to get the Docker containers working. Ignore everything else that's out there. Just try to identify your Docker container, try to get it working, and just accept the fact that it's like a halfway solution because people's Docker containers break. They upgrade the system, it doesn't. It just I've seen all sorts of weird posts all over the internet. They have super unreliable drivers, super janky. Everything is janky. It's all over the place. If you use it for gaming, that's fine. But oh my god, it's so janky. And if you have a better solution that just allows you to have fun again, then just let me know because I just am at a loss of words.